welcome to 7 5 Hour Studio live on Instagram. And if you're watching this as a replay on YouTube, hi, hello. I hope you're doing well. I'm your host, Stephanie Jennifer, CZT21. I'll be joined by my co-hosts, Debbie New, CZT18, and Susan Yo, CZT Asia 2 in just a bit. The first time that you're joining us, thank you so much for joining us. Basically, these are social tangling sessions where we just sit down for about an hour and a half, maybe, and we tangle together. And usually we follow the prompts on the 7 5 Hour Challenge Facebook group. You can find it by searching 7 5 Hour Challenge directly on Facebook, or you can also visit this link. Hi Susan, hi Debbie. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah, so I'm streaming from 7 5 Hour Studios Instagram account. You can find us at 7forest5 with us. A video of a recording of this session will be available on this Instagram profile. Debbie can be found at tangle.pursuit. Susan can be found at susanyo.czt, and I am at halfpen_will_draw. If you're joining us live, please say hi. We love hearing comments from you, or if you have any questions to ask us during the sessions, we'll love to hear from you as well. Otherwise, let's go through everyone's materials, and if you're drawing with us, you can take out some tangling supplies to tangle with us. Susan, would you like to tell us what you're using for today?
Okay, today I'm going to use a few. I still haven't decided which one I'm going to use. So these are all tinted with the magical. I think this is the one that Debbie tinted.
Yeah.
There's the time that I went to studio. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
And this is the yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you tinted for too many tiles.
Yeah, probably.
So this is the one that you tinted. Then this is the one that I tinted recently. Yeah. So I still haven't decided which one to use. Just stand by. Then some basic pens, white Jerry Roll, and also the Micron 05. Yeah, that's it.
Debbie, you there?
I also have a problem. I can't decide.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm very glad that my iPad is finally up again.
Yeah.
So
Debbie had some technical issues.
every Wednesday, right? Something has to go wrong.
Yes. The show must go wrong.
Goodness. Yeah. So I have like a whole packet of towels just to show you. Yeah. So I'm actually picking my towels. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. So as you can see, my indecisiveness. Yeah. Then I have my regular pens. So my pens, my microns, my jelly rolls. What about you, Steph?
I have a very large tile that I cut down to a slightly smaller, perhaps more manageable size. Also tinted with magicals. I think all of us sort of were on the same wavelength today. Magicals. Yeah. Doing something green, which is different from my normal color palette.
Mine is green also. So maybe I shouldn't use the green. Yeah.
I do not have green.
Same.
Maybe I shouldn't use the green then.
Yeah, and then I have my set of watercolors. I'm thinking of doing something different because usually I will shade using colored pencils. So I thought maybe today would be a little different. I will shade using watercolors instead, and then I have my Micron 05 as always. Yeah. Debbie, would you like to share today's string with us?
No, I still looking for paper leh. I so far all my tiles are green leh.
Then we green lah. Then Susan be odd one out. You can do blue green. Mine is like really green though.
No, it's still green.
No.
Maybe I should.
Cannot say
It's been a while since I have a black towel with me, right? So maybe I should do a black towel, and then also explore on this. So might be two lah. Yeah. Okay. So actually today's string, right? I'm just gonna use the back of my towel. Is it in the frame? Is right. Oh, this
Yes.
black really camouflages with my net. Okay, never mind.
Cannot see what you're drawing. You draw onto your mat.
Well, even if I draw onto the mat, you cannot see because the mat is black. Okay, so today's string, right? So previously we had 3 circles, then we had 3 squares, right? So today's string is 3 seeds. 3 seeds. You know the shape of
Sound
the
like a
seed.
Tangle's name. Someone write that
3
down.
seeds. So
Can use it later
so
next
this
time.
is like a fragment lah. We had square fragments, round fragments, triangle fragments, and then the seed fragments, right? Oh, am I drawing it off? Okay. Yeah, my iPad is still lagging, but at least it's working. So this is 1 seed, right? So with 3 seeds, you can actually stack them and create something like that on your towel. So presumably your towel is a rectangular piece of paper, it will look like that lah, right? Of course, you can rotate the string. You don't have to be so exactly the same as my suggestion. Or your towel could be a square. And then maybe your seat can be like this or like this. So you can have 3 seats, right? So the idea is whatever you choose, or even if you have a circular towel, you can also play with 3 seats. You can have 1 seat here, 1 seat here. Oh, that looks like, well, basically like that. And then you have like a triangle in the middle, right? So that's the purpose of my black Zentangle, to give me my black round towel, to give me a sort of like an option if I want to switch out. You can also have like random placements, okay? So let's say I'm just having a scrap piece of paper. I can have like seeds all over if I want, right? And then of course, you can be ultra creative and then you decide that, okay, I'm going to do it in a way that looks more like a branch or a tree. So you can choose whatever size towel you want, right? Whichever works, whichever catches your fancy. Yeah. So you can also do it linear like that. Depending on the size of your paper, really. I think the sky is the limit with this one. Yeah. Okay.
Susan, how is yours?
Yeah, I decided to use this one. So this is my first seed, the second one, and the third one, which is a half in the screen. Yeah. So I'm making use of the color to, it's something like a petal instead of a seed. It's very big seed.
I think this is the first time Susan is using a pink towel.
Then this is a purple,
purple.
Yeah,
purple and yellow. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen
Normally
her
you
use
only
this
see
colour
me in
before.
white and black, right?
Or tan.
Yeah, 10.
So I'm going to be very ambitious today. And then I'm just going to grab my, I think this is Stephanie's. I think I stole it. Yeah. I have like
everyone else's things in.
The one pastel, titanium white, and Creta color white chalk.
Nice.
Yeah. So I don't know which one will work better on this paper. So we'll try. And I'm just going to put down my string. Steph, do you want to talk about the tangle of the day?
Sure. Let me segue into it. So in my head, when Debbie said 3 seeds, I thought it would be like 3 seed shapes randomly scattered along the tile. Then I was joking with
3 seeds in your head.
I mean, I was telling Debbie and Susan, it'll be like 3 seeds that grow into a plant, because today's featured tangle, or this week's featured tangle is a tangle called Bees by Midori. So say it looks like a rose, I guess you could say. Yeah, let's learn to draw it together. I'm going to use the back of my tile. You can use a scrap piece of paper if you want. The way that Midori created her step out is slightly different from the one that I'm showing here. Hers starts off with a triangle shape that you extend into lines. So if you find that easier, you can do that. So it's a triangle shape. Then you extend the lines to go a little further. And then from here, she tells us to change this into a B. So I recommend that you turn your tile as you go along. I'm not going to turn mine so that it's easier for everyone to follow along. After you've drawn your B, basically you see this on this line that we originally extended, we can extend it a little further, and then we will draw the next set of Bs. Midori also left a comment on my post on 7 and 5 our channel. She was like, oh, maybe I should have called it trees because it looks like the number 3 as well. I was like, oh, yeah.
3 Bs.
3 Bs. Yeah, so after you get this sort of triangularish sort of shape, you can just keep drawing the letter B across your tangle to sort of grow your flower shape. So it's done randomly after this initial triangle shape. Sort of add more petals as you wish. Yeah. The way that I draw bees is I just extend the line outwards, and then my first bee, I don't draw it all the way to the edge of my lines. I draw it a little shorter so that I don't have to keep extending the line again and again. So that's a way that a method that I use to save on the number of steps that I need to remember for this tangle. Of course, you can change like the shape of the petals, right? Or the size of it. Maybe the petals can be a bit more sharper, or they can be a bit thinner to make it look more like a chrysanthemum flower, perhaps. So lots of different things that you can do with this beautiful tangle. Yeah. Now we're switching back to our tile, and we're going to be drawing on our tile. Yeah. So just for reference, we're using a string with 3 seeds. These are just ideas. These are just ideas, and then you have the little step outs to Bees by Midori Furuhashi. She is a CZT. Yeah, and then also in the step outs from Midori's, in the official step outs that she created, she does fill in the middle triangle of the flower with little tipple shapes. So you can do that as well. So like I mentioned, for me and my tile, I'll be growing my bees inside my seed shape. You can of course
Growing
do
bees.
growing bees.
Yeah,
The bees
growing
getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, you can of course do something completely different for your. Yeah, have
That's
fun
all.
with it. Yes,
Can you zoom out a little bit?
sure.
Then can I see your bees?
My bees.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bees.
Maybe push it to the top of your, yeah. No, I don't need your towel one. I just wanted the step outs.
No,
Yeah.
just like the towel can go away.
Yeah, the towel can go away.
Hmm.
So I decided to not use magicals lah, since you're both using the towels with magicals. So I decided to grab this is a new round towel. It's the Stonehenge paper.
Nice.
I still haven't decided if I like it. I mean the new paper.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. So Steph,
I have a question for today. Like that's applicable to like this time of the year.
should we be worried?
I don't know, maybe. So my question is, with it being Women's History Month, who is one woman that you would like to have dinner with? So it can be a famous person or it can be someone that you know in your life. Yeah. So with it being Women's History Month, who is one woman that you would like to have dinner with? Can be famous, can be not, can be living, can be not. Up to you. Open-ended question. Oh, why so quiet? You need to answer the question first.
Yeah, you answer first.
So one famous person that I'd like to have dinner with is Frida Kahlo, the famous artist.
You must say what she's
I think
known for. Some people don't know, I think.
she's known for she's the woman with a unibrow that is seen in a lot of
With a bra, did you say?
with a unibrow.
Oh.
I hope everyone
I know,
I don't know
right?
whether she has brow or not. I don't know. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Yeah, so she was a very interesting character. Very strong-minded and all. Would love to have dinner with her and talk to her about things, about life. Ooh,
Oh, sorry. Expiring. Symphony 19.
So
suddenly got
sorry.
suddenly got like music break.
Yeah. Maybe we are
Because
too boring.
my
So
my son is still haven't sleep, so he's in the living room with me. Suddenly switch on
It's like
the
very boring, huh?
symphony.
it's like too quiet. He needs some
Oh,
entertainment. Hi, Isaac.
So funny. I'm gonna try this correctly.
Yeah,
I did
man,
a
I don't know what I'm
five-sided.
doing, so
I think so many B's until you sort of get lost, right? Like where am I?
I think that's the point though.
To confuse you.
Yeah.
I did a five-sided version. So instead of a triangle, it's a five-sided shape. So that was the idea that I had. Then be who you want to have dinner with? Okay. You can have lunch with me tomorrow.
Yo.
yeah, she's famous also.
Yo!
Yo.
Susan!
Famous in our team.
So funny, you, Susan.
Famous or infamous?
Yes, infamous.
Infamous.
Mhm.
Well, when you asked the question, right, I thought initially that I might say my mom. But then I thought about it and then I realized my mom and I cannot eat the same food. So my
Yo.
mom, yeah, I know, right? Like, I mean, I'm being very literal now lah, because you say eat dinner ma, right? So basically, right now, my entire diet has changed to the point where, yeah lah. So it's a very difficult phase that I'm going through with food. Not that I ate unhealthy food previously, but a lot of it has to change. So actually, right, my mom is someone who doesn't really eat well when she was around. So right now, even if I wanted to meet her for dinner, right, I think I'll be just watching her eat. You know? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, fusion food.
But this is where they say that the company is more important than the food, lah, right? I presume. Well, but for Steph, I beg to differ because Steph is so into food that, the food is more important than
No,
the
but
company.
I agree, no. It's true. Even if it's fantastic food, but it's a terrible company, then it's like no appetite also.
No, just eat and then leave, lah.
Yo. Okay, bye. Once your favorite,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah. Like pandas,
Yeah.
you eat shoots and leaves.
Yes. Shoots and leaves. Goodbye. So you see the viewer numbers go down. Boo. They eat shoots and leaves also.
No, they wash. And then they leave.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, another person that I think would be nice to have dinner with is the both of you.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, we haven't had dinner before. Do you realize that?
Lunch.
Yeah, we only have lunch and tea break. Tea
Yeah.
time.
So far haven't had dinner before.
Susan, you leh?
Yeah. At first when I thought about your question, I also like Debbie thinking of my mom. But then when you say that it's a famous person,
Can be
Oh,
also
don't
then I
have to be
personal.
think
famous.
twice. Then
Yeah.
then I think twice. Yeah. Then I think twice. Then I decided I'm not going to have a dinner with a very famous people because it's so stressed. And I end up like I'll keep eating my food then without talking. So stressed. So I prefer to eat with my friends and like my family members. So in this, my answer is my mom. I think about 1 year I haven't have a dinner with her. So
More
think
than
soon.
1 year. More than
Must
More than
explain
1 year,
to
yeah.
must explain to everyone why that is.
Oh
Some
yeah,
people don't know
because
the
now
story.
we are in 2 different country now.
Poor thing.
Yeah,
because of the pandemic.
not putting, but it's still okay. We still video call every day. Yeah, so just
I
that
think
haven't have
because we are
yeah.
Chinese, also it's like 你吃了没有 right?
Very
吃很重要
centered
So it's
around
like everything is centered around food. Our culture is very how do I
It's
explain
how we
it? Like
show
very
love.
yeah, it's kind of like a love language. This is back to what we said, right? That
Last
the
week.
love language should
To
include
be
food.
updated.
Yeah. Yeah, Susan, continue please.
Yeah, that's all.
!aiyo!
What kind of food will you have with your mom, Susan?
Oh, I'm very bad. I think I will ask her to cook. Because I miss her food. Yeah.
That's true.
Then you don't know her recipes, man.
Huh?
Actually, Susan is a very good.
I don't cook, you know. I don't cook. Before I am here, I do not need to prepare for my family the dinner or meal because I'm very lucky. Before get married, I have my mom. Then after get married, I have my mother-in-law who cook for us. So I only sure
Sound like
until
Stephanie also.
Yeah.
Both of you very sure.
yeah
Good life.
good life. Then until I am here, then I have to start to cook for myself and for my family.
No
Yeah.
wonder she has to go
But
home so
until
badly.
today,
我要回家.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I know why. Okay, yeah, continue please. Last
Yeah,
time you
that's
cook.
all.
Yeah, and then
So
let's
now I have to cook. Then I now have to cook. And although it's already 1 year, I still not very good in cooking. Yeah.
But
eat.
baking
Actually,
So I miss their food.
Yeah, actually they say that if you are good at baking, right, you're not so good at cooking. Is it true?
I think it is.
I don't
Is it?
think so because I have a friend, my best friend. She is very good in cooking and also baking. Yeah.
Why do you think people
So
say that if you are good at cooking, you're not good at baking? Why?
Cause
Is it
I'm
cause
good
because
not
maybe
fair or
I don't like
something?
I don't like
What's the
cooking.
logic? Not asking
maybe
whether
for
you
the
like or
cook,
don't like. Oh my goodness.
I think maybe this kind of baking and cooking. Baking you need to wait for a long time before the bread or the cake can be served. Then maybe for the cooking you'll be faster.
Not true because
Yeah,
certain recipe you need to be like
yeah,
stewing on the stove very long time. Like
yeah. You are right.
stews, like soup. So it's not exactly true. Like that the waiting time is the only difference lah.
Is it cause like for food, I think in Asian culture a lot of it is like it's based on your feeling, you know. If you feel that the food need a bit more salt, then you put a bit more salt. So there's no like specific instructions. Whereas baking is like Very specific, like okay, you add how many grams of flour, how many grams of
But
sugar, then you
recipes
follow.
are specific also. You can also follow recipes to cook.
I guess.
So
But maybe you can only know whether it fit your requirement only when it's finished the baking. But for the cooking, you still can adjust it while cooking. So it is for sure that the end result is the one that you like. You know, you just guess.
yeah, I also don't know that. I mean I've heard it said many times that a person who is very good at cooking, right, will struggle at baking, and then when they are
Is it
baking,
God?
they'll struggle at cooking, something like that.
Is
And
it
then
God
and
must be
then I have
fair?
that was what my friend said previously, because I
It's like if
don't
you're
I
good
don't
at
have a
English, you're
mom,
not good
right?
at
So
math.
yeah, so I can't ask my mom, and then plus my mom is not a domestic type, so she will not do like baking or cooking or even buying the groceries. So I ask her also no point, So that's why I'm asking her. Yeah. No, my mom is like that. She's just not into this sort of thing. Yeah. So it kind of like the genes skip her lah, because both my grandmothers, or actually all my grandmothers are very good cooks. I have three grandmothers, one more than most people, and I think all my grandmas are quite good cooks. Yeah, but then it just skipped my mom and my dad lor, the genes, So it skipped like the whole generation that came to me. So I naturally, I'm not trying to boast lah, but I can actually replicate what my grandmother used to cook when I was a child.
Very good.
Susan, do you
And
believe in like genes skipping a generation also? I believe also.
Yeah, I believe because if your mom is a good cook, then you no need to be
You're
a good one.
useless.
You just enjoy. No, you just enjoy. You just enjoy the food.
my goodness,
That's
I
smart.
tell
That's
you
smart.
we cannot talk
It's
about
true though.
genetics, okay? We cannot talk about genetics. We talk about genetics, also you talk about food. Aya, my
Actually, this is
goodness.
not the genetic. It's the I think it's the habit or it's not the
Convenience.
genetic. It's your mindset.
So it's laziness lah. You're saying it's laziness.
Yeah, laziness. Yes.
我的天
可以
啊
享
Oh,
福就
okay,
不用
okay.
学怎么煮
But
了。 Very good.
it's possible that it's true also, because my aunt, my dad's sister also didn't actually pick up cooking because my granny was so good at it. So you might be right in that it's laziness lah. But genetics, we're talking about, oh my goodness. Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm not saying that laziness because it might maybe get someone angry besides two of us. But it's the one that you don't feel that it's necessary for you to learn the skill. If your mom or mother-in-law is a very good cook.
It's okay. I'll be the first to say that it's laziness for me.
Yeah,
Actually, me too.
it's really true, because Joni is a very good cook.
No, but I really hate standing in front of an open flame cooking. I like
Yeah,
baking
so you
because
are
you
really
set
lazy
and
lah.
done. Yeah, it is. So
Yeah.
it's okay, Susan. You won't affect me. Don't worry. It's true.
I'm not
I'm
alone.
lazy.
I'm lazy.
We high
Actually,
five
right, it's very
together.
funny
High
that
five.
it's very funny that I have more traits in similar with Joni than with Stephanie. If you think about it, even how we relate to certain things quite similar, right?
Mm.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry, off topic.
trying to-
Come back.
I trying to think of related. This is
Counter
related to
argument.
the I trying to
Trying
think
to
of
think of counter argument.
no argument to it. It's true, so I accept it as fact. I trying to think of like tangles that are like more flowery to sort of make it look like a garden.
I'm very smart
Then
today. I feel like the
then-
whole Zentangle.
Yeah, then I'm like looking up, trying to like steal ideas from you. Then I look at Debbie's time, like wow. Don't need to steal her idea already. So funny.
That's the point.
She clever. See, Susan, you say draw big, then don't need to draw so much. Then Debbie
No lah,
really take your advice.
It's because today my hand is a bit
Oh, poor
wonky.
thing.
So drawing bigger might be more helpful for me today. Yeah.
That's true.
I've been packing my house. So my house is in a, I don't know, from the
Disarray.
main door all the way
Box Central.
From the main door all the way to the room door, into the room, all also got boxes. I don't know how they
Very
can
good.
walk. Yeah. I took a photo of it, so I'll probably save it for, like, when you want to move house again, right? You look at the photo, then you change your mind.
My lah, don't want lah.
Yeah. So, are we done with the questions?
I think so.
Should I go to the next question?
Yeah.
Okay. What project are you currently working on? So we have asked this question before, but that was in January. So now 3 months later, don't tell me you're working on the same project, but I will tell you that I'm working on the same project.
Susan, I think my answer was that I was working on Susan's class for CCTAE. I still haven't finished it, you know.
Oh,
You joke, Debbie, but it's true. Still working.
I joke, but I also.
All the shame all come out.
I'm still working on this. Wait, I show you. I'm still working on this. The FYC. Wait, let me zoom out. Oh no, yeah. Before I topple the whole thing. So I'm still working on FYC. I just got stuck somewhere, and then I got so frustrated with it that I put it aside, and then I forgot about it. Then I went into hospital, and then I came out, and I saw it again, and then I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, we'll get there lah eventually. So I'll still working on this.
Do you have like a pile of things that like work in progress? Like pile of tiles?
Yeah, actually I do. So I did this. I don't know if you can see or not. Yeah. You see like all different size, so I have to zoom in and out. Okay. Let's assume that I don't like crash the camera. So this is something that I was working on because later this month we have a friendship social with the alumni club for CCTAE. So I prepared this in advance, thank God, before I went into hospital because it's so tiny, right? But I will be struggling with this now. Wait, I try and hold up. Can you see the people? It's a very tiny, it's an apprentice
It's
size
like a...
So I
like
was trying to show
Tangle
them,
sampler.
correct. So I was trying to show them that, you can just sort out for different seasons, So I have the yuzu, I have the moonberry, and then I have a pearl, I have a gem, I have a dewdrop. Yeah, so I called it berry study. Yeah, so I actually wanted to show it at Friendship Social, but well, since we're here now. I also have a lot of random things that I started but I haven't finished. Yeah, so let me see what else I have with me. There are some things that I cannot show though. Oh, I can show you this one. So long time ago, right? I think this is 2016 or 2017. Francis Lit,
Francois?
Yeah, she's in Australia, Queensland, and she sent me this towel which I have worked on a little bit. So I actually filled it up with black and then added people hearts. But I'm not done yet. And as you can see, I'll probably not be done soon because it's very tiny. I think she used a 005 pen. And then now I can't even really tangle on a 01. So yeah, 2016 August. Yeah. So this is a traveling tangles with Francois. And this is a traveling tangles with Jen Miller. This one is November 2019. So not too bad lah. Then 2016. 3 years difference. Yeah. Now going to be 3 years, since the 2019 already. What else do I have? I'm sure Steph has a lot.
Yeah, a whole stack. I should get through them.
Yeah, I want to show you a towel that I ruined. So I have this Bible journaling towel, right? And then, right, it rained. Can you see the smudge? Can you see? I hold it closer. Can you see the smudge?
Yeah.
Yeah, then after it got smudged, right, I got so upset that I don't want to do it.
Yo.
Very demoralizing. Got smudge. No lah, I'll think of something to replace the middle, I think, and then it'll be fine.
Cut a hole into it.
Can you see that I've hidden words inside? I have acceleration, and then I have rest. Yeah. So actually, this was a tile that I began at the start of the year. And then until now, because I'm so demoralized by the smudge, right? I haven't completed it yet. Yeah.
Keep putting.
It's okay. At least the smudge is only in one spot that I can yap something over.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
Steph.
kind of tangle
you, eh?
facets. Yeah. I am currently working on for those of you who are part of CCTAE 2021 Spring Edition, we've sent out reminders that
Which is
it is
ending
closing.
soon.
It is closing soon, yeah. So I'm like working my way through the last few projects that I want to do. So one of it is Week Sarikasta. And then I tried to be more time effective, and the tangles that I used in here were actually taught by Amy Brody in her Tangleistic Interludes class. So it's little exercises that I've chosen to add in the tile. It's not done yet. I still need to like finish some layers and also shading, but quite happy with it. And then we are a team, 7FIR team is going to teach a foul poetry class on Zoom in April. So I started working on some extra ones, and this one is very cute. This one is The Cat Was Happy. I'm very pleased with it. That's my foul poetry.
Just praising yourself that is very cute, right?
The cat was happy, but it is cute. The cat was happy. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to tangling on them. That's about it. That's all I have with me right now. My work in progress pile is very big. Very scary. Just
What is it?
see what catches my interest. I didn't
What
bring
is
all
it
my
that's so big?
my work in progress pile lor.
Oh,
All the tiles that
Pile.
all the
You say
tiles
pile
that
or tile?
I said pile and tile. So
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. It's like
So-
a tongue twister.
yeah, man. So just slowly work through it lah. Try to keep it fun. Susan, you leh? What have you been up to?
Oh,
lately?
you remind me I have a lot of outstanding projects.
Yeah, man. It's like when you don't think about it, then it's like nothing. Then suddenly it's like so many things.
Yeah, CCTAE,
Mhm.
the spring and the autumn.
Autumn, I'm not even looking at it yet. Must
Yeah,
do
it's
in
the
chronological
one the
order.
spring.
Yeah.
Okay. The one when I logged into the ticket fee and saw that I think I less than 10%. That's
Yo.
finished. So
Spring,
so
is
bad,
it?
right?
Are you talking about spring?
Yeah, the spring. Yes.
Oh.
Steph say must look at spring first.
Yes.
So
Otherwise-
Gave
the
up
spring
already,
is still
actually.
then and at the same time I was also working on my neurographical instructor thesis. They're going to
Yes,
due
Susan.
soon.
Oh.
Then the other one that is the project is just started yesterday. My course, the online course with another two CCT, Fiona and Gate in Malaysia. Yeah. So last night is the first lesson we go through. This is the one that we finished yesterday. I like it so much.
Nice.
Okay. So this is the I think it's a big project for me for all this. So the little small project is with the 7FIR, some of the like what Steph say about the found poetry. Yeah, it's very fun. It's very cute and fun. And sometimes it will come out with some surprise when you find the words inside. Any other projects? No more.
Enough
Then
already lah.
they are enough already. Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking forward to second half of April. Then I will be
Yo, can
more
you don't think
relaxed.
so far ahead, no? I want to go past with you.
No.
Not like that, leh.
She want to be done with her
No,
thesis,
because
that's why.
yes.
Aiyo.
But by the end, the second part of April means I already finished my thesis, and then I can do some other things. Yeah.
Then Debbie don't want April to come.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't want.
Don't move
When
house.
April come, which means you're already in your new house. Okay,
I haven't
what?
quite finished yet.
It's okay. Monday, Tuesday, we come rescue you.
Oh, no,
My mom and you and I. It's okay.
Another reason why I don't want April to come faster is that my birthday is coming.
Oh. Debbie's
I don't want.
40th year.
Yeah, I don't want.
Year of
Year of challenges.
Zen again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Year
I
of
just
Zen.
paid,
Debbie's going to Zen
the
again.
deposit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I have to finish. I don't know how I'm going to finish the AE projects in time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But I shall find a way. I think.
Focus on the ones that you like. And then the rest we get there with if we get there, that kind of deal.
Actually, spring one, for spring, right, it was kind of a very bad timing for me. That's why I didn't even get started, and then I had to plan the autumn one. So, yeah, and then my family had like several crises at the same time, and then we had to move studio. So that is why I'm very slow with the spring. And that was why I already like kind of like gave up on trying to catch up with spring, And then I started on autumn. Yeah, so when I say Steph don't listen to me, right? I also don't listen to Steph.
Oh,
Yeah.
the joke is that she learned all my bad habits.
Yeah. I learned
Oh,
all my
no.
bad habits on
Oh,
purpose.
Susan. Oh no, cannot.
On purpose.
So naughty, right?
Yeah. The joke is that Steph gives me a hard time a lot. So in order to give Steph a hard time a lot, I have to learn her bad habits.
Cannot,
That's
not
the joke.
allowed. Not allowed.
Why you do can? Why I cannot?
I don't know. Because I'm the youngest in the team. Can do
Because your name
nonsense.
is not Stephanie.
Yeah, there we
Thank
go.
God.
So cannot.
Cannot, not
So
allowed.
you cannot.
Can you imagine we have
Not
two
allowed.
Stephanies in the group? It's going to be so noisy
Confusing.
and so confusing and so chaotic.
Very good. Okay, what's the next question?
Okay, wait, next question. What is your favorite Zentangle ink pattern currently? We asked this before also, but then that was during the FYC. And then Steph was saying that she don't want grid tangles. So I'm just repeating what we said previously. But then some of us, right, our favorite tangles can change over time. Yeah, so that's why there's this question. It's still relevant. Yeah. Zentangle in Tangle.
I like, if we're talking about grid tangle, I like yin cut actually. Yin cut is a grid based tangle by Zentangle ink that I like. Yin cut.
Why?
Because if you draw it a certain way where the lines come to a tapered point, it looks very three-dimensional even without shading. So I like yin cut. Also very no-brainer kind of tangle you can just draw. No-brain tangle, yeah. Better choose my words correctly, yeah.
All the tangles have no brains, by the way. They are just tangles. They don't have brains.
Then another tangle that I recently learned to love is static. So Amy Brody in her Tanglistic interludes, she taught a different way to look at static. So that was quite nice. I enjoyed the way that she taught it. Yeah. So those are my current favorite tangles. Maybe it's because I drew them, I thought about them recently, so they come to mind. Got some basic tangles that often will use, like crescent moon and printemps. Yeah, I use them inside this tile today that I drew. So I think there will still be some tangles that you just keep drawing on a lot of tiles because they are either tangles that you very, very much enjoy or they are tangles that you are taught at the beginner class. So they sort of stick with you more so than other tangles, maybe?
I think for
Children?
me right now,
Oh,
my favorite tangle has is something that doesn't align. I find lines are very
yes.
difficult suddenly.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's the tangle?
Huh?
Flux. Muka.
Flux has always been one of my favorites, but
I've seen you
I
draw
think
Muka.
Hollies also.
Yeah. Muka
I
and
think
Hollies, I've seen a lot of your work lately.
I don't remember drawing mocha though. When?
Muka, Hollies. My idea of Muka and Hollies is that they're the same tangle. It's just a skinny version. One is on a diet, one is not.
Yo, so bad.
Same.
One is starving like me.
So poor thing.
Ah.
Maybe that's why 你跟他有缘 you draw it more often now. You feel
No,
empathy for it.
I don't draw mocha anymore. I drawing Hollies.
Yeah lah, that's why lah. You feel
So bad.
it's like, oh, you very poor thing. You also starving like me. So you draw it.
So horrible.
Yeah.
Student,
主持人 is like, huh? Cannot hear.
what is your favorite
Uh,
Zentangle
oh,
Tangle pattern currently?
okay.
She
Actually,
pretend to
I
forget the
draw.
question.
I is this a mocha or Hollies?
Where?
Oh,
This one.
Oh,
Holly. Muka,
it's a
Muka.
Hollies.
Mocha, right?
Hollies
Okay.
and mocha.
Mocha. Yeah, that's why you hardly differentiate them, right?
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
a moklis.
Mukilis, yeah.
Mochlis.
It's a hoka.
Hoka. Hoka?
What's that?
Moklis
I
for my
think
handsome.
I think mocha. Okay, mocha, Hollies, all these things can be found in most of my drawing. But recently I like to draw the Huggins. Maybe it's because I'm preparing for my class. Then I draw a lot. Then I found that it's very actually I like the grid based tangle, but I always like to make the grid become not symmetric or it's not the so-called the 90-degree grid. I like to make it like more dramatic, which is like for when I draw the Huggies, I like to drop all the dots in everywhere, but it's not in the square. So I
So you
quite like
crazy
Huggins.
Huggins lah.
Yeah, crazy Huggins. Yeah. Lots of those grid based tangle, I'll make it crazy.
Okay.
I want to make it more like unpredictable. Yeah, maybe you can say that. Yeah.
I think
Recently,
now, actually, I've always liked volleyball, you know. So now that I cannot draw straight lines, I get very frustrated.
draw volleyball
It's not
wavy
it's not
version.
calming anymore. It's frustrating. Yeah.
Frustrating.
Hopefully
You can make it the wavy line, right?
I always draw volleyball wavy.
It's not that lah. It's even the wavy line also I can't do properly. It's more like the grip of the pen, you know, that has changed for me. So in a way, I'm struggling. Yeah.
You have to relearn
Yeah.
how to hold pen.
Yeah.
Recently,
It's quite annoying actually.
Recently I found a variation of finery and vertigo. It's like a blend between the two. They call it finer go, I think is what they call it.
Yo,
Yeah, but it's a very cute tangle. You're interested, can go and look for it. It's
if I
very
had
cute.
named it that, right, you would have
Finer
scolded
go.
me.
Not scold lah, laugh at you ah.
Yeah, precisely.
I laugh at this person also, but it's a good tangle. It's very pretty.
I thought you don't like vertigo.
Yeah, exactly. So the way that this person drew the tangle makes me like it.
I do like vertigo also. One of my favorite Zentangle ink tangles that I think I only like much later. So I started tangling like 2014. I think it's only like 2020 that I like vertigo. lagging for 6 years.
Yo,
Well, better than never. There are some
shit, I
tangles
take it.
that even until now I still don't like, so it's quite good already lah.
Not bad lah. Make friends with them. After.
Yeah, I'm trying to erase my horrible white line, then cannot erase. I think because I'm using the wrong eraser, but it's okay. You will just pretend that it's
Oh, Debbie, you work on
meant to be
second
lah.
how already?
Yeah, because I joined very big. It's
Super mega
very,
big.
very big. Yeah.
I have finally finished tangling.
Can I go on to the next question?
Can.
So just now we said what's your favorite Zentangle pattern, right? Zentangle ink pattern. So then what is your current favorite unofficial Tangle pattern?
Grohita. See, I drew
Why you
her.
laugh?
Yeah, why you laugh, Susan?
Because I remember that there's a time that after we deconstruct the grohita, everywhere you look at the plants, I see grohita.
yeah, that's true. Go buy lunch. I'm like, look, it's a grohita.
Grohita's
Growing
sister.
everywhere.
So it's grossista.
Grossista. Grohita growing everywhere.
Grow here lah.
Yeah, exactly. Grohita is nice. What the Debbie's newest Tangle Raven Saw is very lovely, but I haven't had time to draw it.
Then how is it your favorite? It cannot be your favorite. You never tried.
I did try, okay? I drew it for CCTA 2022 access. Okay, I did draw it. I tried it. It's very nice. And if you read the story behind it, it's actually very meaningful. So I recommend you all going to 7andfire.com. It should be the top post on our blog right now. And then read the story about it. It's a very cute Tangle.
It's actually not my Tangle though.
Yeah, it's Brenda's Tangle.
Yeah, it's Brenda's Tangle.
Yeah. Susan, what about you? What is your favorite?
I like the angel fish and the dragon air.
Angel
This is
fish?
the one.
Yeah, this is
I
the
want
one.
angel leaf. Got angel fish.
For a moment, I like,
This one.
People got angel leaf. You got
It's
angel
actually I found angel
Oh.
fish, if not wrong. I found that these two tangle is the way they draw is quite similar, just that the arrangement is different. So I like these two.
Is it for a class? That's why you preparing.
No, it's
Just-
I'm preparing for other things.
she's going to tell you.
things.
So I try to explore.
Yeah,
Secret.
she's gonna tell you.
Don't tell you.
Yeah,
Things.
very, very secretive.
And you will know this soon.
Soon. Coming soon.
Soon.
Well, if you like it, you can always ask to feature it for Tea and Tangle. You're so quiet.
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
run away.
Run away.
不要.
Maybe you leh?
I think my current favorite is still Dogs, and also actually there were a lot of new tangles lately that I've seen. And then I think Poppins is very cute.
Yeah, Poppins is cute. It's
Yeah, Poppins.
Have I featured it for
Poppins-
Inktober? I haven't, right?
Huh? You're asking me?
Yeah. I can't remember. Then I'm like, why does it sound so familiar? Is it because we featured it for Tea and Tangle? That's why it
You see
seems
my
familiar.
Poppins?
Yeah, it's
No,
so
we featured it
cute.
for
Like a
Tea and
tiny.
Tangle, right? A very
Yeah,
long
we
time
did,
ago,
right?
you know?
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
long time ago.
So I'm thinking to
So I
myself,
have
because
Poppins here.
I was wondering, like, oh, is it we featured it for Inktober? No, right? We didn't, right?
No, we featured Poppins a very long time ago. I think
Very
it's
long
like,
time.
yeah, I think it's at
Years
least,
ago.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember it. Then I was like, oh yeah, it's a very cute Tangle.
Yeah.
I featured it.
Well, you can always ask to feature it again.
Ooh.
Yeah. I like Catch Me. I
Catch
also like
Me.
Eric.
That's a good one.
I also like
remember how
Eric.
Eric looks like.
Eric is, like the printout. Yeah, see, yeah. Can you see the back of my
Can.
towel? So you have like a printout, and you go like that, and then you
Ah.
go like that, then you go like that.
Oh, the
It's
shape.
Cute. This is a cute one.
Yeah, I like this one also.
A lot of non-official tangles coming up that are actually very simple to draw but very elegant. So it's nice.
So, any other favorites?
Any other favorites?
No.
I got a few that like new ones that I
Actually, this
found.
is a good question to ask ourselves, right? Because then it helps
Yeah,
us
the
think
feature.
about what we want to host next. Yeah.
I found a few
the next,
tangles.
tea and tango, right?
Yeah, I found a few tangles for that are really cute for Inktober tangles. So I'm not gonna say their names for the hope that everyone will be like, oh, that's nice during Inktober. And some tangles actually like people deconstructed them very long ago. Then they sort of never got their time to shine, you know. So I'm trying to find those kind of tangles as well.
Yeah. Actually, I think the Zentangle community has changed a bit also. Last time, right, whenever you have a new tangle, right, as a CCT, you be prepared to be bombarded with negative comments. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I like the community a lot. I mean, this is a community that I believe in serving. But there have been not so nice moments lah in this community that I'm glad we have passed that stage, and no looking back. Yeah. Are we ready for the next question?
Okay. I'm trying to focus so that I can shape properly. So I'm quiet.
Well, I'm sure all of you have sketchbooks, right?
Did I bring my sketchbook?
Yes.
What do you
Right,
look for
home.
in a sketchbook? So what is your ideal sketchbook? So, I mean, because most of us, we have sketchbooks, right? I'm sure we don't only have one, lah, basically, except maybe Susan right now because she's not at home, right? So, as in not at home in Malaysia, right, where all her art supplies are. But usually we will not just have one sketchbook, right? So what do you look for in a sketchbook? And then what is your ideal sketchbook?
Debbie, what do you look for in a sketchbook?
I have too many sketchbooks.
Honestly, I have the same problem.
And I think for me, I have different sketchbooks for different things. Steph actually has a collection of my sketchbooks next to her in the studio somewhere. Yeah. So I have one set of sketchbooks that I run Tea and Tango from. And then that one I use a student grade sketchbook. So it's sometimes you can get it for very cheap, like $2 or $3 from a shop. Of course, the paper is just sketch paper. It's not like a fantastic watercolor paper or archival, So that is a sketchbook that I actually step out new ideas. Like for example, if I have nothing in particular that I am trying to draw, but I want to sort of like just doodle a little bit or even develop on a certain idea that came to my mind, that would be the sketchbook that I go to. So that's like my rough use sketchbook. And because it's rough use, right, it may get scratched up or, if I tear the pages accidentally or if I spill something on it or, sometimes your random doodling comes to nothing. Or maybe, it didn't pan out the way that you thought it would, right? So then that sketchbook will be what I will use for that purpose. And I like to have also a more expensive sketchbook on hand at the same time. So uh obviously these can't both be the same sketchbook lah. You know, then we'll be in heaven really, right? You don't have so many sketchbooks to look after, right? But you see, you can't have everything. So the paper is something that I look out for in a premium sketchbook, like a more expensive one. Because watercolor paper and sketch paper are very different. So your usage would be very different. And I think for me, right, I'm the kind of person that usually takes very good care of whatever I have because I want it to last very long. So my premium sketchbooks usually they take me a very long time to fill up. For example, one of them is the shades, Tangle shades sketchbook. I like that one a lot, but it's kind of big, so I can't really bring it a lot of places. And it's also heavy because it's all watercolor paper, and I think the dimensions also very heavy, make it very heavy. So that is one sketchbook that I have as well, but doesn't get to see the light of day so much. And then I also have another sketchbook that is not with me right now, but I have like a collection of nice papers. So I like to collect watercolor papers from all kinds of different brands, and I like to tint them sometimes, and then sometimes I leave them blank, and then I sort of punch holes at one side so that I can make it into like a sketchbook of my own. And I think that sketchbook also is very heavy. And also like and by virtue of it being so precious, right, it also doesn't really see the light of day that much. Yeah. So I think these are the three main types that I have. One is for paper and some tangling and some scrap precious paper or like mementos, and then one that's more expensive with watercolor paper, and then one for rough and tumble. And then my ideal sketchbook probably doesn't exist in this world right now.
Future project?
Wow, maybe not lah. I think it will cost too much. You might as well buy 3 different sketchbooks.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Susan, how about you?
Oh, okay. I have a lot of sketchbook, but my first sketchbook.
Like you know, like the
My
teacher
turn
caught her catching
Oh, my turn.
a few Z's, like that. Yeah.
Suddenly
You
wake
know,
up.
like in class, yeah, like in class she's daydreaming, right? Then the teacher call her, then she jumps. So funny.
Okay, my first sketchbook is from my CCT seminar, the one that they gave us. Is the one. I think now is no more in sales, right? The one just blank without any
Yeah, they
string or
changed it,
whatever.
I
Yeah,
think.
that's the one. Then the one is like precious to me. So like what Debbie says, for those very expensive one, it's kind of like you won't finish it so fast. I will just like keeping it for some when I have some inspiration, some ideas, good ideas, then I'll draw. Then end up is still a lot of blank pages. The one is in my Malaysia home. And now I
Is
have
it the
a few.
one with green and brown cover?
Yeah, the
Oh,
green
that
and
means
brown.
yours is not like
Is that
ours. Ours is black.
is
Ours is like
exactly
Mine was black.
yeah, ours was black. So yours is like
Yeah.
upgrade from ours. Ours
exactly the same cover like the pre-strung the
yeah.
journal nowadays. Yeah. Then this is the one. Then now what I have is actually a sketchbook for my deconstruction, the step out. I'll just draw whatever idea that I have. Yeah, like what we did in the Singapore Botanic Garden, that I'm using that sketchbook for my step out. Then the other one is that I use it to jot down some of the tangles that I like. For example, some of the very challenging tangles that you can't memorize it. if you need to refer to the
12
step up.
steps.
So I will, so I 12 step. Yeah,
Stress.
then I will put down in my sketchbook. Because sometimes most of the time I will take those easy tangle, but sometimes I like to challenge myself to draw that kind of tangle. So I have to keep it somewhere. But I must admit that too many sketchbook make me um confused also. Sometimes I cannot find that where I put the tangles in. So nowadays there's some in I keep it in digital form, like in my laptop. I have a folder to keep those step up.
Mm.
Mm.
That's smart.
I thought you also have a pre-strung.
Pre-strung,
She
I
started
hardly
one
use
page.
that. I started one page. No. I have another. I have
Oh,
second
two
and
You
third
anymore.
page.
start
Oh, very good.
you
Three,
start
three.
that.
Three. Luckily,
I still
我有
remember.
做功课。
我
I
做
will
功
do
课
homework.
go homework.
Oh my goodness.
It's not shame. It's just trying to say like, oh,
Yeah.
she used it in one of the night. That's what I remember. For me,
Yeah,
I
Stephanie has a
have
very random memory though.
yeah, I
Her
do.
memory is good when you least expect it.
Yeah, catalog core memory. Don't know for what. It's like what do I need this for? I don't know. Brain is
No,
like, yeah,
no.
this important. This important. Must remember. Okay, can. I like Debbie said, I have a lot of sketchbooks also. Then I remember reading a lot of artists, right? Like illustrators especially, they say like you must have one sketchbook that is just for your eyes only. So it's not meant to be like taken photos of or shown to anybody or for social media. It's like a shame sketchbook. You just
Huh?
idea dump into it. You will like try out different mediums into it. So the artwork inside this sketchbook is not meant to be nice. It's meant to be like
So I'm not
safe
an
place.
artist lah.
No lah, then I'm trying to get to the point. My point is every time I try to start a shape sketchbook, I always overthink it, then make it look very, very nice.
Hey,
So
actually I don't get it though, because do you mean like a rough and tumble used sketchbook?
the idea is that it's just meant for you, so it's not meant to look like polished work. It's meant to be like
But
just
what's
very
wrong
rough.
with but then what's wrong with uploading things that you don't really like 100% though? I do
Fair
that like
enough. No. So
100% of the time.
the way that they explain it is if you feel the pressure of like, oh, I will be showing this to people, right? Then you will not step out of your comfort zone, or you will not like try new things, you know. So they say like this
So
sketchbook.
then get rid of the thought about that and then just
Yeah, but
post anyway. So then
a
you'll
lot of
get
people
into it
don't
mah.
have that, that thought ma.
No, but you
So
get
that's
what
why
I'm
they
trying to
don't.
say, right?
Yeah, I
The
get what
more
you're trying to say.
the easier, or rather no,
Self-conscious.
the more
Don't be
you
self-conscious about
try
it.
to hide, or the more you try to tell yourself that I don't want to post this because it's ugly, right? Then the harder it is to approach the whole concept of posting art that you
It's
don't have to post perfect
relatable.
art the whole time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Then there's like paranoia where like you feel that people are posting very perfect and finished work, then you compare it to like your not so finished work, then you feel like, oh, my art is not good. Especially with beginner tanglers or beginner artists, they'll have this fear where like, oh, other people's art so nice, then mine so ugly.
How do you
Yeah.
think that fear can be overcome if you are only posting the things that you are proud of? Then if you are never proud of your work, then you are never going to post it.
Some people
Never
are
work
like that
way.
though. Some people are like that. They feel like,
But
oh,
that's not
compared.
very Zentangle. I mean, it's not compatible with the. I'm not saying that there
Zentangle.
are nobody that's like that, but I'm saying that with the Zentangle approach, right? Idea is everyone is an artist. Yeah. The idea is not perfection.
Maybe
You
to
get
them
what I'm
it's
trying to
like
say,
what is your okay work is their very, very good work. So they are shy to post their work at all because they're like, mine not good enough to be shown to anyone.
But then you
But
see
anyway.
the less you post, right? So the more often you post, right? The more you are used to it. It's kind of like the more you exercise, the more you can run faster, right? Something like that. There has a momentum to it.
Yeah.
So for example, right, recently, why I'm talking about this is because recently I thought about it also lah. So actually when I was in hospital, right, there was a live show that I missed. Do you all remember? Yeah, and that live show, right, that I missed, right, I really struggled with that towel, you know. Although I was not in the live show, but afterwards when I was trying to do the towel, I really struggled with the towel to the point where I think it's my wonkiest work lah, you know, like very wobbly. And my cat just sneezed. Do you hear that?
Bless you. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Is it
Don't know.
Dilis?
Yeah.
Bless
Bad
you,
laugh.
Dilis.
Sorry. Yeah. So basically, right, I was very tempted to just forgo that entire week because I was in hospital and by all standards and whatever, right, nobody
Don't
will
blame
fault
you.
me if I sit
Yeah.
out like that 1 week, you know. But then in my mind, it's like if I'm never gonna post these, right, then it's like when do I ever post it lah? You know, so then I will be prepared to never ever post it again, essentially, right? So then I was telling myself, maybe I should just post whatever art that I have in my phone, you know, because you know you create art all the time, right? You might have photos in your phone that have not been on social media at that point when they were created because of various reasons, like
Or
you are
even
preparing for
reposting.
class or
Reposting is not a
yeah.
bad thing. A lot of people
Correct.
misunderstand.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the act of posting and everything, right? It's like muscle memory you build, you know. The less daring you are with your post, right? The less you share about yourself, the less you post. It's like it's harder to break the barrier after a while. Yeah. And so that was why I still want to post, like even though I don't feel very great sometimes. And that is why I still do things sometimes that actually I know that, you know, other people will think that I'm pushing myself too hard or whatever. But I do it because I don't want to give it up. Not because it's like a hassle to me or whatever to do, but it's because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose sight of it. I don't want to give in to my feelings of being unable to do anything. Does that make sense? So there was this thing that I read last time very long ago that, you know, like how people feel a lot of pressure to perform and then to very depressed sometimes, and then, you know, because when you are depressed everything feels like a chore. Like it's harder to do lah, you know, like maybe you are used to like doing things in a certain way, right? But because you are feeling depressed, right, it feels like it's 100 times more difficult than usual. So, right, the advice that was given for such people to counter depression and stuff like that, right, is to simply just start the day by making your bed. Yeah, it's like a very non-committed way to approach it, right? It's like, make my bed only what, so. But the point is that, you know, when you feel overwhelmed and you go back to your bed, right, at least you have something nice. Because at the end of the day, is to go back to your bed, right?
Hopefully, lie down on the floor.
Like sleep outside or something. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, you will eventually go back to your bed, right? You will still want to seek comfort from your bed, whether or not you're sleeping or not sleeping, for that matter. Most depressed people don't really sleep much.
They sleep too much.
But you still seek the comfort from one of the more nurturing spaces in your home. Or your favorite chair lah. Okay, so maybe not bed, but your favorite chair or whatever. The idea is that if you have a little place for you to retreat to, right, even in your darkest days, you know, if you make your bed, right, you can still feel happy that you made your bed, that your bed is comfortable, you know. So in a way, I'm a bit like that also. But although I make my bed whether I'm happy or not lah. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But my point is that, you know, if life is hard, right, we shouldn't just at the drop of the hat just give in. Yeah.
Perseverance.
Yeah. So my wonky towel will still go on social media and be wonky lah. Oh my goodness! I almost pulled down the whole rack of pens.
So on the topic of sketchbook, the sketchbook that I received at seminar, Susan, I'm the opposite of you.
How opposite?
Because
Complete
before,
already.
no, Choi, it's even worse than that. You think complete,
Why
it's
is
even
so
worse than that.
high?
Susan take her sketchbook very precious, right? Her seminar sketchbook.
Oh dear.
For me, right?
What have you
For
done,
me,
Steph?
yeah, what have
Oh,
I
yeah,
done?
but-
Listen, for me, I already had an existing sketchbook before I went to seminar, right? Then I didn't want to start a new sketchbook.
Are you sure this one can be mentioned online or not? So,
Can. Don't worry.
Will it
So,
be penalized?
because just now she said something scary, like you cannot have a sketchbook that you show people or something like that. Then now she's saying
it's along that line, similar.
Oh no,
So-
what have you done?
So,
Okay.
I didn't finish a sketchbook, and then it was at the point. One thing that I find annoying is sometimes when I start sketchbooks and then I stop them, right, and then I move on to another sketchbook. When I go back to the old sketchbook, the style or the at the point of time when I went to seminar, I was only 19, right? So I was very young, so very early in my artistic journey. Then my skill level changed a lot over the years. I'm thinking myself, I will never return to this sketchbook, but it's so empty. What do I do? So I cut out all of the blank pages and then made them into little hand-bound booklets that became my shame journals.
Then what happened to the cover?
I just kept it lah. So it's now the CCT, the sketchbook that I got from CCT seminar is this Frankenstein sketchbook that has very few pages.
Oh.
It's hardbound with the little, what do you call it? The holder, the closure, the elastic closure. And then it has like 3/4 of its pages missing.
Oh no.
Because I tore it out. And then Susan said that she uses some sketchbooks to like keep step outs of some tangles that she likes or she like wants to try, but it's very complicated or you currently don't have time. So yeah, the booklets became sketchbooks that I would put rough ideas that I want to do in the future, or tangles that I like that I want to try in the future that I currently don't have. Yeah, it became that kind of sketchbooks. So yeah, that's what I did.
So it is a 见不得光.
Yeah, it's a shame journal. Well, at least they'll put to use, right?
Oh my
Then,
goodness.
in terms of other sketchbooks, I have
Please don't mutilate your sketchbook if you are listening to this. I feel very sad.
a Royal Talents sketchbook that Debbie bought for me. It's square.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
square shape, which is
What
very.
happened to it? Please don't
Yeah,
leave it
I'm
out.
still. No, I'm still working
Now I'm
on
very
it.
scared.
I was thinking of doing like a flip through of that sketchbook because it's like about half done. So that sketchbook became like a fully black and white sketchbook where like, I tried to just focus on
I
creating.
forgot about my C white. I have a C white.
See, the problem with having too many sketchbooks, right?
Yeah.
Where is
Big
this
problems.
Then you pull it out from the drawer like, oh my god, where did this come from?
No lah, I still
Yeah,
remember
then-
where it came from lah. I'm not that bad. Thank you.
Then like Debbie said, I also have some sketchbooks that are like for specific purposes. So like at one point in time, I wanted to get better at drawing human faces. So I have a sketchbook that's specifically for drawing human faces. Then I have another sketchbook that is for ballpoint drawings. So the only medium that I use in
Ballpoint.
that sketchbook. Yeah, ballpoint. So I do like realistic sketches. I do quotes. I write quotes in it using ballpoint pens. So I have a ballpoint pen that attached to that sketchbook. Then got like
Why
the regular.
ballpoint pen?
I don't know. At one point in time, I thought like, oh, these ballpoint drawings I'm seeing online are very cool. I want to see how far I can take the medium. So I just started as a ballpoint pen sketchbook. Yeah, but these kind of sketchbooks is like they're filled very slowly, It's like I'll draw one time, maybe a 3-month stretch. I will focus on it, then I'll drop it. Then maybe like a year later, I'll come back to it. But it's also quite
Yeah,
interesting because then you can track
She
your
works
your
in
progress.
spurts.
Yeah. So I'll be interested for a while, and then okay, this is done. And then because
It's kind of it's kind of very difficult to keep an artist's interest for a very long time, I guess.
Unless you
I
have a
don't think you are
specific
the only
medium.
one. No, I don't think you are the only one, is what I'm trying to say.
Then also I also think it's interesting because if you have like a medium specific sketchbook, or like let's say a style specific sketchbook that like you will work on for like 3 months, and then for the next year you don't work on it, and then like the next year you come back to it again, it actually tracks your progress, you know, because the whole year you've not been working on it, then when you come back to it, you've grown as an artist, so your style might change or your level of skill might change, and that's an interesting thing to see.
So it's like
in
a
your art.
snapshot of your progress lah, not that
Yeah,
it tracks your
correct.
progress lah. Because when
Correct.
now we say track, you know now we live in like the super digital age, right? When you say track your progress, people think that you're talking about an app, you see.
So
Because we are just so digitized already,
yeah,
right? So it's kind of like, you know, keeping track of like your growth as an artist lah, right?
then sometimes I don't know, like maybe if like where did Susan disappeared? So
maybe I should adjust.
maybe
Okay.
yes, can see.
Okay.
So
Maybe.
maybe like you know how to ride a bike, or like you know how to swim, or like you know how to drive, then you've not done the activity for a very long time. Then sometimes you get curious, like, oh my gosh, do I still know how to ride a bike? So out of curiosity, you go and rent a bike to like try and cycle. So sometimes I also like wonder, like, have I forgotten how to like draw realistic objects? So I would like take out the old sketchbook that has like maybe just ballpoint pen drawings in it, and just try and see whether I can still remember how to do what I used to do. Yeah, most of the time.
But then like learning a bike and swimming, right? It's very hard to unlearn what.
It is. And also art it's not a skill that exists in a vacuum. If you are a fine art artist and then you do Zentangle, your fine art skill will improve. If you are an illustrator and then you decide I'm going to learn how to paint, and then you go back to like digital drawing, you will still know how to do what you did, and you might have actually improved because the experience that you learn in the other medium will actually also still apply with the previous skill that you had, you know? So it doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's not like, oh, I haven't drawn with colour pencil in a while, I've forgotten how to draw. Yeah, it doesn't work that way, thank goodness.
I guess it's very hard to unlearn lah, but you know, you might have issues like me, like when it comes to, you know, health and everything, right? It's not that you unlearn the skills, just that your grip may not be so fantastic lah, like 6 years ago, 10 years ago. It depends on your health as well. So actually one sad thing that Brenda and I have in common now. So Brenda and I, we have a lot of things in common, but Brenda and I have something that we just started having in common recently. And that is our nerve pain. So
Susan,
with
you're
nerve
back.
pain, right? Oh,
Yeah, I'm back.
right. You need to. Okay, I'm still in the shot. Yeah, this Instagram constantly moves if someone joins, right? So I have to make sure that I'm still. Yeah. So the thing that I now have in common with Brenda, yeah, is sad lah. It's sad, right? You know, it's that both of us have nerve pain, and her nerve pain is a lot worse than mine. Like many times over. And nerve pain can prevent you from drawing well.
Yeah.
You know, but when it prevents you from drawing well, it's not to say that you can't draw at all, right? So it prevents you from drawing as nicely as you did in the past, probably. But I wouldn't say that anyone should give up drawing completely just because their line isn't straight anymore. You know? And for that matter, right, Brenda has been taking out tangling again. You know, she stopped for a while. So she's been doing it every day again. Yeah. So something about like powering through your difficulties.
I think also chronic pain also affects energy levels because your brain and your body is just trying to cope with the pain, right? So then you also have less energy for other things as well.
Pain is very tiring. Let's do it that way. Pain takes away a lot of energy because your body is constantly battling, you know. Yeah, pain and sickness takes away a lot of our energy. Not that you will know lah. I mean, you haven't been through that kind of illness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just Alex, my husband Alex goes through has chronic pain. So I wouldn't say like I know how it is, but you can definitely tell that how like different ways chronic pain affects a person's life. People
The quality
then-
of life is changed.
Yeah, and then a lot of people like
Yeah.
misunderstand. They think like, oh, if someone with chronic pain doesn't complain about their pain that day, it just means that they're fine. But actually, it's more so that people who suffer chronic pain, they have suffered through it for so long that after a while it becomes like their baseline pain level is a normal. So they're having a normal day. It's not that they're having like no pain. It just means that their pain level is maybe at a 6. So
It's
that's
also
their normal
possible
to them.
No, it's also possible to increase your pain threshold. Yeah, so you might have a low threshold and then build up into something else like as you go, you know, because you are getting used to the pain. I already had a high threshold. Steph is like period pain, she'll grab her painkillers, right? I don't even touch painkillers, you know. So for me the threshold has always been very high. So then this year, right, I don't know, man. I feel like my whole life has changed because of certain medical things that I'm facing. And you know, I don't like it, but then now I'm on pain management medicine. And that's another thing I have in common with Brenda, the same medicine. We are on the same medicine, just different dose. Yeah. I'm not sure I like my towel, but I will just go with it. Talk about towel, Steph. I see that you're done.
I'm done. I'm working on the towel that I started yesterday. So if you actually go on the 7 and 5 hour challenge group on Facebook, we actually have different challenges currently. The challenges are always ongoing. We have the weekly Tangle of the week, Tangle of the day, tea and Tangle
Tangle
challenge.
of the week. Yeah,
Because it's kind of it's kind of Tangle of the week, right?
Once a week. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Tangle of the week currently is Beast by Midori Furuhashi, which is the Tangle that we played with today. There's also fortnightly challenges. So one of the challenges, the fortnightly challenges that's currently happening features the Tangle Aura Knot. And then I had this image in my head last night where I was like, oh, it could be like an aura knot sort of flower, and then with the bees flowers in the background and foreground. And then I've added some little rabbits for like a spring kind of feel. Yeah, I don't know like what I'm going to do with the rest of the background, but I thought to ink this in because I finished my tile for today. It's a little dark, but I'm happy with it.
That?
My tile.
Oh, your green tile.
Yeah. So I shaded using like bluish green watercolors. I tried to keep the background more green, and then the flowers I tried to tint more bluish. Yeah, happy with it. It's not terrible or anything. And I do think it's like nice. It's like a bouquet of flowers kind of deal. Yeah, very different from my usual style. What about you, Debbie?
What about me?
What about your
What
tile
was
lah?
the question?
Your
my
tile
tile.
lah. What about you? I'm
I
okay.
usually don't draw
What
so
about
large.
you?
Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, I usually don't draw so large. So this is something I don't normally do, I guess. I'm trying to correct my jam a little bit. So you see me sort of like working on the colors. I
If
also have a black tile. So
if
I
like
have a black one.
you like cut the edges, trim like the edges of the tile to make it look like the shape of the bees. That'd be quite interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that actually.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then but
that'd be
then but
quite
then
fun.
well, it's very tiny, so I don't have confidence to cut. Does that make sense?
cut wrong.
Not with well, if you are here on Monday, then you help me cut lah.
Yeah. I was gonna offer that actually. I was like, you keep it on Monday, I help you.
Cut wrong, never mind. Cut the hand, then I mind.
Yo, people got many. Hand only got two only. Two hands.
Yeah. Paper got many, hand you only cannot. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So my tile is a Renaissance tile, shaded with a bunch of Sakura koi brushes. I would say that these are like my go-to brushes because I'm trying to drain them. Like still using them after quite some time. Although I still have other brushes, I think these are the ones that I want to drain. I'm not sure what I will do with the white one yet.
Susan, you like?
I've done mine. I like it. I added the huggings with a white jelly roll, then with some shading. Yeah, this one is very bright. Today is really bright.
Look like a butterfly.
Butterfly, yeah. Okay, it's good that I still keep the
Actually,
3
haven't
seats.
seen her use. Yeah, haven't seen her use this color before.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, it's
So
good
it's
to
a
be outside your
breakthrough.
comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside the comfort zone.
Yeah. So thank
Yeah,
you so much.
I think.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
never mind.
You
Go
think?
ahead.
You think?
It's okay. I'll stop thinking.
So funny. Nothing. You think? No, nothing. Yeah. So, to recap what we did today, basically the string that we used was created using 3 seeds. Debbie gave us some suggestions on the string that we could use. However, you can interpret it in your own way. We used the Tangle Bees by Midori Furuhashi. It's named Bees because you draw a lot of bees to create the tangle basically, and ends up looking kind of like a flower. Yeah. If you tangle along with us, if you drew tiles similar to ours, or maybe you went on your own little adventure, please tag us on Instagram. We'd love to see what you've created. 7F5R Studios Instagram account is at 7forest5rivers. Debbie's at tangled.pursuits. Susan is susanyo.czt, and I'm at halfpen_will_draw. You can also post your tiles in our Facebook group, 7F5R Challenge. And if you join the group, you have to answer some security questions just to prevent spammers from entering our group. Make sure that our group is safe and doesn't have like rubbish posts from people who are like advertising things that are not related to Zentangle. Yeah, but it's a very fun and very active group. You can join if you just want to peek at what other people are creating every week, or if you like to post your tiles inside the group. We'd love to see what beautiful things you've created. Yeah, we stream live on Instagram. We have these Instagram live sessions on Instagram every Wednesday, 2:45 p.m. Singapore time. We'd love to see you live. You can pop on by, leave some nice comments or some questions, or just tangle along with us. And if you can't catch us live, we always have the recordings of these sessions available at 7forest5rivers and also on our Instagram channel. You can go on our YouTube channel, pardon me, youtube.com/c/7f5r studio. You can also just search 7f5r studio on YouTube and you'll probably be able to find us. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you again next week. Debbie, Susan, anything to say in closing?
Thanks for watching.
See you next week.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks
See you next
for
week.
thanks for all the messages and all the
Yeah.
emails and all the and all the cards and all the
cards.
gifts. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, lots of gifts. Yeah, we hope to see you again next week. Until next time, keep tangling. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.